Hi, my name is Garrett Brandstetter. I'm here at Redlands Fire Station 263. I'm also a Redlands Fire Explorer, and I'm going to be interviewing Captain Ketcherside.
My name is Dave Ketcherside. I'm a captain with the Redlands Fire Department. I became a firefighter in 1993. I did 5 years with CAL FIRE in Highland, and then I got hired in Redlands in 1998. So I've been here for 18 years. I think I started in the fire service just like everybody else, with the idea that I wanted to help people. But I didn't want to help people in the average sense, where maybe helping them fix their plumbing or help them at Home Depot find the paint they were looking for. I wanted to help them in situations where maybe nobody else wanted to help them, whether they were going to be stuck in a burning building, or they had an emergency medical issue, or maybe they're just down on their luck and having a bad day, and who knows what happened to them. I wanted to be the guy there to help in those situations. I have this calling, I think, to be there for those in need, and I'm sure a lot of you out there kind of feel that same sort of calling. Yes, I do have some college level classes. I did all of my training and education through Crafton Hills College, which I'm biased to, which I think is a really good program. I have an associate's. My associate's is in EMS, although I do have several classes in fire science as well. I'm currently working on a bachelor's, and I feel that in today's fire service, a bachelor's degree is going to be necessary. Maybe not initially, but eventually as you promote through the ranks. I have some experience with the Fire Academy here at Crafton. I not only went there, but I teach there. And my biggest advice to you in prepping for the Academy is to get your act together. When it's time to apply, have all of your ducks in a row. Make sure that you have every class that you need and proof of it. Make sure you have your physical agility taken care of. Whatever is required of you, make sure you have it ready to go. Make sure you meet deadlines, and I would prepare for your interview. Show the cadre and the administration at the college that you are ready to be a good candidate. Make them. As a probationary firefighter, my daily routine, I had a list of everything that I needed to do, whether it was check out my paramedic gear, check out utility vehicles, dust mop the floor, or clean the windows, or whatever was required of me for that day, I would take care of. And I would get there early. The shift started at 8, and they wanted everybody there at 7, all the rookies at 7. Well, I'd get there even earlier than that and start my work. I'd have, if not all of my stuff done at the start of the shift, it would be pretty close. I'd be just about done with everything I needed to by 8 o'clock. And then at that point, I viewed myself as a helper for the rest of the station. I would check with the engineer and see if he needed anything on the apparatus, or if he needed to be iced or whatever. And I'd start helping him out so he could get his daily chores done as quick as possible so he can move on to other things. We would check with the captain and see what his projects were, what the goals plan or the day's plan was, and then take care of all those things as quick as possible so we could start the day fresh and the daily routine taken care of. And I just viewed my role as just a helper all day long. If somebody needed something, I was there to do it. Johnny on the spot. Well, there's a couple that jump out at me right off the top. One of them is I think you need to be somewhat mechanical. You need to kind of have an idea of how things work, or if I do this, this is going to happen. Just some basic general idea of not necessarily mechanics as to, how to fix an engine, but you should have an idea of what's happening under the hood. If you squeeze the trigger on a chainsaw, what's happening when you do that? An action and a result from different tools, I think is helpful. The next thing, I think you need to be fit. I think this is a stressful job. And I think that having good physical fitness will help your overall general health. I think it will help you perform the job and carry heavy tools and do this strenuous work. So I think being fit is helpful. One of the biggest skills, though, that I think you need to have would be just how to deal with people. And there's a couple different things with that. One is we need to be able to deal with patients on EMS calls. We run a lot of EMS calls. Even on fires, though, if you're going to get there and people are going to be frantic, you need to be able to remain calm and deal with people and ask good questions and get to the bottom of what's happening and resolve their issue and do that calmly. You need to present like this front that you're an emissary of peace and that you're going to handle everything that's going on. That gives them a confidence. So you need to be able to deal with people in those situations. The other side to dealing with people is your coworkers. There's a lot of things that happen inside the fire station, and sometimes there's misunderstandings, and sometimes people get the wrong idea or whatever, and you got to know how to navigate some of those situations by being able to deal with people. It took me about 5 years to test to become a full-time firefighter. Along the way, I took tests at all levels. I took tests for auxiliary or seasonal or paid call, reserve, and even for full-time. And it takes a little while. You got to get some testing experience, just like you get experience in other avenues of firefighting. But overall, it took me 5 years. So it took me about 5 years to get hired full-time. I spent some time as a paid call. I put myself through Crafton, the academy, and medic school, and at some point I had 3 jobs, all in the fire service, all stepping stone jobs. None of them paid well. It was pretty tight there for a while. I think at one point you could say that I lived at the fire station, and it was pretty tough for a little while. And 5 years is a long time. But I grinded it out and I put everything I had into becoming a paid full-time firefighter. And yeah, I have to say that is absolutely worth it. I love my job. I'm proud and honored that I get to do this. There's a lot of people that think they might want to do this job, and a lot of people decide along the way that they'd like to do something else. And there's more power to them. But for me, this was it. And I put everything that I had into it. And now that I'm here, I love it. I wake up in the morning and I can't believe that I get to go ride on the Big Red Ride and help people out in the mission field, out when they're having a hard time, that I can be their person they can count on. It's important to me, and like I said, I just feel grateful and honored that I get to do this. And I can tell you guys, as you're in class right now, this is probably your first FireTech class. It is. It's worth it. It's a great profession, and there's a lot of benefits. But the biggest one is that after every shift, you feel fulfilled and satisfied knowing that you got to help.